Welcome, everybody. This is episode number 35 of the PokeGuardian podcast. I'm Taj, and I'm here with Zakariya as usual.
Hello, everyone. Hi.
Hope everyone's been keeping well since the last podcast, and today we have a lot to cover. But before we do, let's continue with what we normally do. It's our card showcase. So, Zakariya, do you want to show us what you've got to
Yes.
show the viewers about?
It's been a while since the last episode, I have to say that. But a few important releases going on. Silver Tempest, which I have here in hand. We'll open a pack in a few minutes. I've done 5 or 6 pre-releases in previous weekend. And I've gotten, I think only one Lugia. And that's what you get for I think I've opened one booster box of pre-release packs total, and then I've opened one booster box sealed, and I've pulled a very nice Lugia card. You can watch the video for that.
Yep.
If you follow me, I'm sure you have seen it already. But also I've got a huge Paradigm Trigger shipment going on. I've received the first ones on release for the release pickups a while ago, but now I have something very, very special coming in. And also Scarlet Violet has been released, and the Pikachu promo that you get, the pre-order bonus, is shipping with that. I'm sure you will get a couple as well, Taj.
Yep, definitely.
And those were the majority of my pickups so far. But it's been very. I am preparing for a VSTAR Universe, which we are covering in this episode.
Yes,
so stay tuned for that. Back to you, Taj.
Okay, for me, we will be covering some stuff. But as you guys know, Silver Tempest is now officially out, and as you guys all know, those that watch, I am a full art supporter collector, so I have been doing some purchases. So, I mean, to be fair, gold cards I don't generally buy, but I did get a couple of them. If you can just see this, sweet,
very nice.
And the Thornton. This I'm just sort of, if I pick them up cheap, I am finding them and then, adding them to my collection. And then I did pick up Lance I needed for the Japanese version of Lance, which
very
is
nice.
pretty cool, and a few other cards as well. So I've got a couple more from Silver Tempest. There's more coming in the post, and I did get Friends in Galar, but I left that downstairs before I started recording. Got another copy of the Copycat with the Error star on the bottom corner, and then Shauna. I'm trying to just get as many. I love Shauna Hex Maniac from the XY Best of box, so I've got that one. And then finally, from my good friend Professor K from Pokemon Evolutionaries, he's selling a lot of cards. Go and check out his video. He needs to get some funds and selling some cards, and I try to help him out, and he did me a good deal on this Japanese lady.
I said that's a pretty card.
Unfortunately, it's not the textureless one, but it is got the texture on it. It'd be insane if it was. But yeah, fantastic. Happy with that. And then I've got another card here, which I want to show you guys, but I'll show you that later on when it's applicable in the video. Okay.
But first,
let's open this pack.
Let's open it
before we move on.
Will there be a special Lugia in there? We will see.
Let's hope there's a special art.
Would be fitting for this podcast.
It would, absolutely.
A little trouble opening this pack. It's a stubborn one.
We need that kawaii art.
And on the financial side, for the English side, it's been going down quite a lot. So that is something, I think, an episode on its own.
Yeah.
If I am honest,
a so-so card. Look, you got a brilliant start there, mate. Let's hope it's a sign of things to come.
Okay. I hope I get a friend in Galar.
Yes, yeah, that'd be awesome.
No trainer Gary and a Melodic. Very unfortunate.
That's cool.
That unfortunate, but yes. Move on. Let's move on.
Let's move on then, shall we? Okay, so we're going to cover a few topics today. So let's start off with eBay Japan. Lost Abyss was its best-selling product. So this article was published on the 7th of November on PokeGuardian. They basically published their cross-border e-commerce trends for the third quarter of 2022, so July to September. And they disclosed the sales trends for the listing sold by Japanese eBay sellers. And yet again, we have a Pokemon product at the top of the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lost Abyss Booster Box was the top of the list. Now, this continues a huge trend on eBay Japan. And I mean, do you want to talk about this, Sakurai? You've got more of an insight than I have into this, but we've seen
Yeah.
Pokemon leading the sales chart for quarters going quite far back, haven't we?
Yeah, Pokemon is king, and we can talk 1 hour about it, or 1 minute. Yeah, it's been king since Q3 2020, since Legendary Heartbeat,
Yeah,
consecutively. So no other product took the place of anything else. Yu-Gi-Oh is close, always been close. One Piece now got their own TCG coming and released, even in
yeah,
Japan. That's also top four, and I think that might be off topic, but I think they may be quite a hit among collectors. But
absolutely.
yeah, I think Lost Abyss. I think the set has been done great. The cards have been quality. I think the whole, playable cards, collectible cards, everything is in there. It was a nice summer for Pokemon card game. Let's just say that. And like I said, it's been going strong for like 2+ years now. Yeah, what else can stop them? I think
Absolutely.
at this point, nothing. Magic is also going down in terms of the whole Hasbro thing. Yeah, Pokemon is going rock solid. That's all I have to say.
Pokemon is king as far as
Yeah.
growth is concerned. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the sales figures and stuff, just generally, as you're talking about, there's this whole thing about Magic the Gathering. You look at all of the card games, Pokemon has had substantial, steady growth,
Yes.
and it's relatable globally, and you can see it here in the eBay sales figures. On touching on that bit about One Piece, I'm heavily invested in One Piece card game, especially the English release, which is dropping in a couple of weeks. But the Japanese set was sold out day one. Reprints came out as well. If the
Okay.
supply was there, I think One Piece would have really pushed Lost Abyss this time. But there simply was this supply and demand. There just was not enough supply. Boxes were selling for like double, triple the price. So similar to what we saw with the Pokemon drought.
Yes.
Pokemon could have outstripped multiple times what they sold simply due to supply issues. But yeah, really interesting stuff. Um, Lost Abyss takes the top of the list. Yeah, going back, I think as you've mentioned, Pokemon has been on the top of the list since Q3 2020. Yeah, 2020.
Yes.
One product or another. So absolutely insane stuff. Okay, let's go along to our next topic now. Play Pokemon prize packs featuring exclusive promos coming to your local Pokemon League. A bit of a contentious one here for you, Zakariya, I know, because you run a Pokemon League,
Yeah.
which is not at
Yeah.
an official retail outlet. Now, this is where the story goes off topic a bit, but this is really, really positive news for those of you who play at Pokemon Leagues in an officiated store, similar to what we get with Magic the Gathering when I go to play. When you finish playing, depending on how your store runs it, they've got their own control of how they can do this. You can either have competitive matches where people get some certain number of prize packs, or you can just make sure everyone gets a prize pack at the end of the night or end of the day, and it's a bit of fun for you to open. A random promos in there, but they've got the Play Pokemon stamp on them, which looks absolutely epic. And there are some crazy cards you can get, super playable, super collectible cards as well. It's just looking, I mean, just from what they've just shown us, your Path of the Peak, Super Scoop Up, you've got Pikachu VMAX, Rayquaza VMAX, Charizard VMAX,
Yeah.
insane cards. And I think people are going to be super eager to. Some people who might not have even played Pokemon in the past, who are collectors, might think, hey, what's this playing thing all about? Because if I can get stuff like this just for attending, I might start learning the game. And this is what it's all about. It's about getting people more involved in the game itself. Because let's not forget, it's not just a collectible, it is a trading card game. So there is a trading part of it, but there is a game part of it as well. It is a card game, and it's to encourage more people to go and play competitively. And I think the Pokemon Worlds, after the pandemic, coming back in, you can see there's a lot of positivity and buzz around the actual playing element of it, and they just want to grow the game because I think that will naturally drive sales growth as well. So, do you want to talk to us a bit more about what's happening with these packs, when they're going to be distributed, and how they're going to be available?
So yes, first of all, again, amazing idea. I think they've been planning this before COVID. I'm almost certain of that because they have been pushing retailers for quite a while now. Um, but this specific pack, yeah, this is just great advertisement. How they will implement this is they will send them over to retailers, and you have to be an official retailer approved by Pokemon as well. And you have, if you are a Pokemon League that's not a retailer, you won't get these. And I am one of them,
Yeah,
so I'm a little bit, disappointed with that. Um, I've voiced my opinion on Twitter about that. Also, sent a ticket at Pokemon, being very concerned about this moving forward. But that's an other topic to discuss. But these packs are, I think, they may be very collectible. This wave is, if I recall correctly, being sent out right now to retailers that are participating, getting these packs, and they, if I'm, yeah, they are releasing every 6 months. So the next wave will be in, I think, February, and this specific wave, Series One pack, might be more limited, limitedly available than the next one, Series Two, because there is, a shorter time. You have 3 months
yeah,
left before we go move on to the next one. But yeah, there's also a pool of 200 cards or more, and
it's
that
crazy.
is, in my opinion, just amazing because you have so much variety. And if all playable cards are just reprinted like that, I am down for that. Just unfortunate I can't give them out to my players, but yeah, I think these will be bulk prices maybe as well on secondary market. And I personally like the Pokemon League stamp, the Play Pokemon stamp. This specific case, yeah, I'm all down for it.
Yeah,
Amazing cards. Yeah.
absolutely. And the thing is, as you mentioned, you're getting 6 cards from a pool of 200. So it's going to be absolutely agonizing for those completists out there who would want to complete
Yes.
Master Service.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But really interesting development. Good for, I think, the playing community because they have done Pokemon cards,
Yes.
promo cards that they hand out. But if you're someone who goes regularly twice a week, once a week to your local Pokemon League, it gets a bit tiring getting the same card. Once you got a play set of it, you don't need any more
Correct.
copies. With this, it adds a bit more variety, a bit more fun. It's like, oh, I'm going to go and play. It's Tuesday night or Saturday afternoon. I'm going to go to my Pokemon League, play because I know I'll get a pack with 6 cards at the end, and it's random what I might get. So yeah, interesting development. It'd be nice to see if they put how they seed the rarity in those packs as well,
Yeah.
whether you're guaranteed a rare or better in the
Correct.
pack, because that'll be quite interesting as well. But yeah, very interesting development. Check out your local Pokemon League and see if they are participating. Okay, moving on. Pikachu on the Ball is available. Yes, so this article is published on the 10th, and yeah, as of the 11th, last Friday, game in the UK, game in England, sorry, is doing Pikachu on the Ball. This is a card we never thought was going to go into the game shops. You can get this on Game Online if you are in the UK, so Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, but only in participating stores in England can you get it. And here it is. This is one I picked up from my local game store. And yes, spend £15 or more, you get this. Me and Zakariya both purchased one of these before we knew these were going to be available in game stores. We didn't pay over the odds,
Yeah.
but we paid a reasonable amount. But I don't regret it because the price I
No.
paid, I think, is still fair. And in the long term, I still think this card has got value in it. Very limited card. It's a Pikachu. Everyone's going to say, yeah, Pikachu, boom, very collectible, only available in a specific region, specific country for a very limited time while stocks last. So, yeah, long term, there's got a great longevity, I think. Ties in very nicely with the World Cup starting this weekend as well. So I think they're
Yeah.
strategically planned when this was coming out. But prior to this, it was only available with a futsal program with young youth football clubs participating in the scheme, and they could get it from the English Football Association. So Scarcity was really hard, and it was people were selling it for ridiculous money on eBay. But now everyone can get their hands on one. Yeah, still ongoing. Depends on your local game store in England. Uh, it's while stocks last, so you can check out. Go in there, ask them if they've still got any, and it's on any £15 spend on any official Pokemon product, not just TCG. So you can go in and buy a pencil case if you want, and it'll still count
Yeah.
towards the trigger for this. But what are your thoughts?
Yeah. First of all, I'm very happy it's been available for everyone to buy. And secondly, was this planned all along? Because at the beginning, the Game UK site had the promotion page showed the picture and the ball grayed out, along
Yep.
with even a ball and the other upcoming ones in the future. Or is this a last minute decision? They might have seen, hey, this promotion, this kind of lottery, is not going as planned, as you said. We are doing it all just at retail, throwing all at retail. I think it's been planned all along,
Yep.
myself, simply because, why not? Pokemon is very great in releasing products for everyone internationally. Japan is another topic, but yeah, again, but coming back to this, yeah, I'm happy for everyone.
Yeah.
I hope they are continuing this kind of promotion because they have, I think, a license for maybe 1 or 2 years. I think I'm not sure what it
Yeah,
was.
Game have got a long-term relationship with Pokemon,
Yeah,
and being one of the biggest retailers that stocks Pokemon TCG in the UK. They've
yeah,
had
but
previous, I
I
think,
meant
20th anniversary promos as well. Um,
yes. That
and
that on
yeah.
itself is not,
Oh,
I think,
sorry, you mean
division, but
the England? Yeah,
yes,
the FA,
the
the
Football
FA.
Association. Yes,
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 yeah, the Football Association does, as you say, they've got another 2-year renewed
yes.
plan to work with Pokemon. So yeah, who knows? We could get some more promo cards in the future. Maybe the new starters for Scarlet and Violet might have their own on the
Yeah,
ball promos. You never
that
know.
would be awesome.
Yeah. So it's a great partnership. I'm glad everyone's getting a chance to complete the set of all 5 cards because everyone thought, I'm only going to have 4 of the 5, but they've got card number 1 now, Pikachu as well. So yeah,
Yes.
great. So that's ongoing at local game stores if you're in England, and online. You can find it sometimes if you keep an eye on the Pokemon. If you keep an eye on the game website if you're in the UK. Cool. Let's move on. Okay, so next topic is the Pokemon TCG World Championship decks are back. So we've had a bit of an absence of these. We've had these in the past, and then they disappeared, and then they're back again now. So I am very, very happy to see the return of these decks because I hate yellow borders and I like silver borders. No, joking aside, they're not legal to play with, but
Yeah.
they are a fantastic way for people to sit down, and they usually do the top 4, don't they? I'm not sure what they're doing this time. Um,
Yeah, there are duplicates among the top 8 or 4.
yeah,
So they will have to scramble around.
yeah, I think they'll
Yeah,
probably deviate a bit from the top 4,
yeah,
but essentially, what you get is you get 4 separate decks which have made it to the finals, and you can buy them, and they come in a pre-constructed deck. You get all the cards, including the like extremely rarer versions of the cards, but they're all in a silver foil, special print. Comes with an instruction booklet and a pin badge as well. And the great thing is, sit at your dinner table. If you know someone in your house, or you got a friend at your local league who's also into this but understands the mechanics of the game, you can sit down and play with a world championship deck, and you can start to understand the thinking and the mechanics that go behind operating this deck and how the engine works in this particular deck. And it gives you an insight of how somebody who at the top of the world stage of Pokemon builds a deck. It's a really great way, I think, because people can go onto like Limitless TCG and find top decks, but to build them can be quite expensive unless you're printing proxies off, etc. This is a quick way for you to get a full deck of proxies essentially printed on official Pokemon cardstock, sleeve them up, start playing with someone, and you've got a competitive deck to play with, and you can decide whether, okay, I can operate a competitive deck or not. Then you could potentially build on that. We've got some decks which are now 3-star level
Yeah.
complexity that you can buy off the shelf. You could tweak those a little bit, maybe get 2 of them, merge them together, like the Mew deck we've got. So this gives you another option essentially to practice with. I think it's a great product, and from a collector's point of view, to remind you of the World Championships, also from a playing point of view as well. I think to remind you of what the meta was like um, when this World Championship happened
In London.
in London. Yes, close to my heart. I was there every day. Anything you want to add to what I've just said? I did talk a lot about that.
Not really much. I think you've covered it all.
Yeah,
I've missed them, and
yeah,
I will definitely buy some when they are in stock.
yeah. That's one thing we
Yeah.
haven't mentioned. 3rd of March, 2023 is the release date for these.
Yes.
So yeah,
A little bit later. Yeah.
yeah, a little bit of bit of a way off, but definitely worth asking your local game store if they're going to be stocking these or not, and get them in maybe. They shouldn't be too expensive from historically, but I don't think we've got a price on them yet, have we?
Not seen yet. It was listed, but the 2019 was $13
Yeah,
MSRP.
yeah,
So yeah, won't be too far off.
yeah.
I imagine.
Because they're not competitive, you
Yeah.
can't play them competitively. You shouldn't
Correct.
find the prices too expensive on these products.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, let's talk about Pokemon Trading Game Live Beta. So the beta is now available globally. Following languages: English, Brazilian, Portuguese, French, German, Italian, and Spanish. So yeah, in certain countries you can now download it. I think some people are having difficulties in some countries downloading it. I don't know if there were local restrictions or not, but they have said it's a global launch now. Um, so yeah, interesting stuff because it's still beta. Remember that it's not a final
Yes.
release. So I know that people have got complaints about it and it's buggy and what have you, but a beta is a beta, which means they release it out to the public, get you guys to play it, give your feedback on the game to the developers. This isn't working well. That's not working. Getting errors here or there, and the developers will polish it before the final release comes out. So interesting stuff. Glad it's got a global beta now because it just gives them
Yeah.
I think, a greater sample size of people to give bug information and help the developers to find just get the final polish on this game before it releases. What are your
Yes.
thoughts on it?
Well, it's been a while since the first beta was announced.
Yeah,
I think the first one was for Canada, begin this year. But not everyone is as happy with Pokemon Live
yeah,
still. Um, yeah, I haven't tried it myself yet. I cannot judge on how it at least is to me. But yeah, I will sacrifice a lot of old sleeves, deck sleeves, deck boxes, and legacy cards will I think disappear as well. I'll miss these. I hope in the future, when I migrate to live, they will at some point, move these old items over. But yeah, I honestly just I have nothing to add really.
yeah,
I'm awaiting for Pokemon Live almost 2 years now. So yeah, I
yeah.
look
I'm the
forward to
same.
it.
I've not
Yeah,
tried. I've not tried it yet.
yeah,
But our good friend Immunity Matthew has done a good
yes,
summary of it. He's also pointed people in the direction of FAQs as well,
yes,
stuff about migrating stuff over. So go and check out his summary on Twitter because that is definitely, if you're really interested in this, worth reading. But yeah,
correct.
we haven't tried it ourselves yet. Looking forward to it at some point. Getting back into playing Pokemon. Cool. Right, let's move on to our next bit of news. So we have got, let me just check. We've got the Pokemon card game getting a price increase starting from Scarlet and Violet. So this was announced in Japan um, to let people know that, listen, from the beginning of the new year, when the new set drops, sorry, um, there's going to be a price increase, and it's natural because there's inflation, there is, as we all know, material costs, transportation costs go up, so that's natural. To at certain points, MSRPs are to go up. It's been a while, to be fair, that Pokemon's had to push up any prices, so we are finding a lot inflation is going up. We all know in the UK it's 11.1% um,
Yeah.
annually. So it's going to eventually affect prices. And in Japan, that is a case. So a booster pack's going up from 165 yen to 180 yen. So it's just under 10% there. We're looking at an increase of 9% roughly. Pre-constructed decks 1711 to 1800, they're going up by 5%. Deck sleeves from 792 to 889. Deck Other deck sleeves that are 913 yen, the more expensive ones going up to 990. Deck boxes are probably the biggest increase here,
Yeah.
398 yen to 500, so a 25% increase. But you can see the trend. There are variations in price. Playmats, 5,500 yen, the more expensive playmats going up to nearly 6,000. So you can see there are price increases here. I don't think we've got a deck. No, we've not got booster box prices on here, but they
I mean,
generally,
yeah, you can multiply them by 30
exactly, you
in
can
this
you
in
can
this
figure that
case.
out from the
Yeah.
booster pack price and multiplying it. So it's an increase, but it's not a significant increase in my eyes to the point where it's going to put people off
Yeah.
buying cards.
It's very reasonable.
Yeah, and I think the same as well. Based on inflation and where we are and how much material costs have really gone up. Also, the R&D that goes into Pokemon as well. Um, I think is reasonable,
Yeah.
and I don't think it's anything, you know, um, extensive as such. They could have gone
Yeah.
dramatically increased, but I think this is a fair increase. But I think what's going to be tested is how often they do this, because it's
Yeah.
been the first one in quite a while. So
Correct.
if this is once every generation, I'm happy with that. To have an increase this small every generation, considering how inflation goes up, this is pretty fair.
Yeah.
But if it's going to be every year, people might start feeling it, I think.
I- yeah, I think they are trying to reach the sweet spot, and I am not a business person or anything like, but I think uh, it's important to stick on a certain number. For example, here in the Netherlands, for example, it's been 499 euros.
Yeah,
Now it's 599 euros, and that's a nice number. Not necessarily, I'm not happy with that number. Don't get
yeah,
me wrong, but hey, one booster back 6 euros,
yeah,
and if you make it 9 or 8 euros suddenly, then people will be, you will be shocked. Oh, now I may be, watch out. But though that 499 and 599, when it's been like that for 4 years, 4 or 5 years even, and I think Japan needs to do the same as well. I
yeah.
personally think certain products have been undervalued. For example, the deck boxes, 398 yen. I think for what you get has been undervalued,
Oh,
i-
100%.
in my opinion.
Yeah,
So yeah, now they might be catching up. But like I said, they have been pumping out new designs every month, full merchandise lines. I am surprised how they probably might have made losses at some point. I can imagine that. I don't know what the cost of manufacturing these products, how much that is. It shouldn't be too much, but yeah, I think the transportation costs are the main factor here, and packaging as well. This is what is said as well. I think in
yeah,
the description, and you cannot, that's reasonable. Yeah, but
yeah.
I
I think
think
so too. Yeah,
I think the products on its own, the factory made products, they have been increased that much. I can assume, but energy and everything has been increased, like you said.
yeah.
And the yen is not strong as well right
That's
now.
true. So some of that's been
Yeah,
negated. The increase has been negated in the yen being so weak for me.
yeah, yeah. It's been crazy in Japan.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so that's coming with Scarlet and Violet. So it shouldn't really impact too many international buys too much, but just bear that in mind. Those of our fans listening in Japan will now be aware of that as well. Okay, Scarlet and Violet upcoming sets and product lineup has been revealed for 2023. So um, please keep in mind that this is still unconfirmed news. Information is subject to change. We only have distributed information from a reliable source. We've not yet seen any sell sheets to confirm anything. The source claims the products are genuine, and this is a very, very reliable source. So you can take this quite seriously. So, Scarlet and Violet are on their way. We all know that. Obviously, the game's released today as we're recording this. So everyone's playing the video game. The card game's going to follow. January 20th is the main set being released, and it appears that the release date for the first subset will be March the 10th, and it is called Triplet Beat. That's the first expansion. Um, which makes sense. There's three starters. I'm assuming it's related to them.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Most likely, yeah.
So one product mentioned is starter set EX Pikachu EX and Lightning Pokemon. So that's a very interesting one.
Very interesting.
So
Yes.
we'll have to wait and see what that one's about. But yeah, so we can confirm, like we said, the Triplet Beats being released 10th of March. We've got the EX Pikachu started set, which is on the 24th of March. We've got the Scarlet and Violet starter sets, Pikachu special set on the same date, 24th. Pikachu deck box, Spigarato Lucario EX set, Fucheco and Ampharos check, Quaxley and Mimikyu set. All these EX sets coming out. We've got the Scarlet EX, Violet EX, and the Premium Trainer box coming out 20th January as well. Lots of stuff coming out, as well as
Yes.
deck sleeves, damage counters, binders, carry case,
The whole
energy
thing.
set. Yeah, lots of stuff. And the frames as well. So, interesting stuff. I'm quite intrigued about that starter set, what that
Yes.
entails. I know at the beginning of Sun and Moon we had the Ash versus Team Rocket starter deck, which is quite nice. It wasn't very playable, but it's a trainer deck. But I think it's going to
Yes.
be a bit more competitive. It's going to be a
Yeah, I think it's more straightforward.
yeah,
But I think this, yeah, this is quite a release uh, in January, and we have 2 months to cool down before we move on to the next stuff.
yeah,
So, but first, yeah, VSTAR Universe. That's all. Yeah, we will discuss it later. But
yeah,
yeah, I'm very intrigued. Like I said, in a temporary placeholder name, the Lightning Pokemon. It's confirmed Pikachu EX now is coming in this product. We have
yeah,
not had that kind of information before. So yeah, I'm quite surprised they are doing Pikachu EX immediately in
yeah.
the start of the generation. That's new for me. I can't wait. And then will they resume special art cards? That's another topic to discuss.
Yeah, because year one of a
Yeah.
generation, they tend to go a bit easy and a bit more vanilla on
Yes.
things, don't they? And then
Correct.
everyone's excited because it's a new generation, so they don't need the bling bling um,
Yes.
in there just yet.
Yeah.
So especially,
And yeah,
yeah,
we don't know anything yet. The only information we have except for this is August since Worlds.
yeah. And I think that's probably deliberate because the hype's going to be on VSTAR Universe / Crown
Yeah.
Zenith for now, and then the Scarlet and Violet hype's going to start coming up as well. But yeah, it's interesting that they've just mentioned Pikachu EX and an EX Lightning Pokemon, so that suggests it's a new Pokemon from the new generation. No spoilers. I've not played the game yet, so let's not guess which Pokemon it is. I'm assuming it's a new Lightning Pokemon. Um, but yes, so that'll be interesting. Yeah, looking forward to it. I think as we get closer to it, and once VSTAR Universe is out, we'll talk more detail about Scarlet and Violet products. But the release schedule is on PokeGuardian. Have a look at it. The article's date is 20th October. Has been on there for a while. So you can go and check that out, and if you're interested and trying to get pre-orders in, if you are ordering Japanese products, that'll give you a rough idea. Okay, moving on. VSTAR Universe itself was officially revealed 28th October. We started seeing a lot of cards, and wow, what can I say? Art rares and special art rare cards. So we've had character rares throughout the year, but we're moving away from having the characters in here, and we've got art rares which seem to have different Pokemon in a more casual environment. What I've always loved about character rares is it's always been a casual environment, Pokemon and their relationship with their trainers, sort of away from the battles. And this seems to, well, apart from some of these, there are some battles in here for sure. When you see the artwork,
Yeah.
most of it is around, them in a calm an environment with other Pokemon around. So fantastic cards. So we've seen Manphy, for example, and just having a quick look at the artwork of Manphy, I can spot 1, 2, 3, 4 other Pokemon, 5 Pokemon, 6. There you go. See, the more you look at it, the more
Yeah.
you see.
Amazing.
The artwork's insane on this. The Mew one, God, how many Pokemon are there sitting around Mew,
A
watching it
lot.
sleep? You know, Diancie, I think, is the only one that I can't see another Pokemon
Yeah.
in there because it's in space by the looks of it. And again, the same with Absol. You don't see anything really in the background, but the artwork is absolutely stunning. These are full art artworks commissioned by some artists that we've seen artwork from in the past in Pokemon, but there are a lot of new artists doing work on these AR and SAR cards as well. So great to see, I think, and it's just a showcase of the artwork. I mean, Amelia Cart, uh, Amelia Cart
Yeah.
with the Bidoof. Have they done artwork for Pokemon before?
Only concept art
Yeah,
for the illustration magazine.
yeah.
And this is,
So
they are being commissioned now.
So I mean, that's awesome looking. Gossan's back, obviously doing that. Fantastic. Mewtwo V-Star fighting the Charizard, and you got the alternate view, which we've already seen in the English Charizard Ultimate Premium
Yes.
Collection by Kiyotaka Oshiyama. And then we've got the fantastic Hisuian Zoroark artwork by C. Nanahara. Um, there's some amazing artwork here. Shibuzu's back doing a face-on view again of Hisuian Samurai with Snort. Is that a
Snorunt, yes.
Snorunt? Yeah, Snorunt. But yeah, some stunning artwork. It's looking amazing. This is going to be the most popular set, and for me, the
Yeah.
full art supporter cards are looking insane at the moment. Raihan by Ghidorah. We've got Cynthia by Atsuya Yuki. The amazing Gardenia card by Yuriyuki Ikigami. And we've got Toshinayo Aiko doing, forgot her name.
Roxanne.
Roxanne, that's right. She's
Yes.
only out recently. She looks like she's in the Natural History Museum there. But yeah, of Pokemon,
Yeah.
obviously. So
Closest.
some stunning artwork.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think if people weren't excited about this before, they are going to be now. But what I love is that they've announced Crown Zenith as well, which we'll talk about in just a minute. But they've announced Crown Zenith very close to this, and most of these cards are going to be in that set. But let's talk about VSTAR Universe first. What were your initial thoughts when you started seeing this artwork?
Yeah, personally, yeah. I already knew this was going to be an instant success, and the reception on social media has been crazy. Every tweet or social media post I'm posting is going semi-viral.
Yeah,
It's the artwork has never been as good, and there are battling against VMS Climax, and I think it's not which one is the better or worse. They are just like salt and pepper.
yeah,
Honestly, They complement each other,
100%.
and it's just a celebration of artwork. Just so fantastic, personally, yes. But yeah, the other essentials as well in there. Radiant Charizard got a reprint with an amazing new artwork.
Yep.
You know, Amelicard, like you mentioned, has done some trainers as well. Ultra Ball, some trekking boots or shoes. Lost the Vacuum as well, and those others. Amazing, amazing stuff.
Yeah.
And I can't wait what else they are going to reprint with new artwork.
Yeah, and that's another thing that people got to bear in mind as well. Obviously, we had the fantastic ARs and SARs, which I've been talking about,
Yeah.
but this set is a high class set, and high class set in Japan means
Yes.
fantastic reprints of staples that you need to build decks with, and very collectible cards getting reprints with alternative artwork. It's also a fantastic opportunity for them to get the promos that we got in English with tins and
Yes.
etc. that they never got. So it's a showcase of the best of the year, and it's a brilliant product for people who've just come in maybe mid-year into
Yeah.
the game, started playing it, missed out on certain sets where there were staple cards that they've not got in their decks, but this will give you it. What's also interesting, which I need to highlight, is that every year we get a high class set. When you open a booster box, you do not get a single duplicate of any of what we would call the commons and uncommons or the hollows. Um, so you'd notice in a high class set, and I think this is probably the same, you don't have a common stamp marker or uncommon marker on any of the cards. Um, so that is quite important to bear in mind, because what it means is, and even the rares don't have that stamp marker. What it means is, you open a booster box, and you can try this yourself. Any high class set, open a booster box, you will not get a single duplicate card in there. So really great if you want to build a collection of cards. And it also means if you're opening 2 or 3 or 4 boxes, chances of you getting those staple cards, one in each box, is higher, because you're not going to have duplicates of the others. So yeah, really, really enjoy high class sets. This is one I would have ideally wanted to open a case of this set. I'm not lying here. And if I had the opportunity to buy a case, I would have done. It's going to be very difficult to get hold of. Check if you are interested in it.
Yeah.
Check your local Japanese card stockists. We've got some that we've worked with in the past, like Akado Collectibles on here. Check with them, see if they can get it for you. It's going to be very difficult to obtain. Amazon, I think, are doing invitation only,
Yes.
one booster box per person. You literally get picked. It's a lottery system, so that if they pick you, they'll send you an email. You've got 72 hours after receiving that email to place the order. Yeah, very tricky to get hold of, but definitely will be worth it. But I think for those collectors internationally who are not so invested in Japanese cards and collections, knowing that Crown Zenith is coming out so soon after this will definitely help ease um, the concern about getting these cards. So the FOMO won't be so long. Talking of which, let's move on. There is one more thing before we move on to Crown Zenith we want to talk about, and that is the TCG illustration contest for 2022. So, as you guys might have been aware, it was opened up to more countries than it had been done in the past, not just Japan. And there were 3 cards they've selected this time to be promos. In the past, we've had Gardevoir, Charizard
Yeah.
illustration contest winners, and this time we've got 3 promos. We've got Arcanine, Greninja, and Bulbasaur. Stunning artworks, and they'll be available in the Pokemon centers in Japan. So Rend did the illustration for Arcanine, Taiga Kasai did Greninja, and Julie Hang did the Bulbasaur. Beautiful artwork from all 3 artists. I think you'd agree. And the way that you can get hold of these is you'll get all 3 if you spend 2,000 yen in the Pokemon Center. Online, Pokemon Store, Pokemon Gym stores, probably, I think. I'm not sure. Pokemon Center stores in Japan, definitely, starting on December 16th. So yeah, everyone's got an opportunity to get one. I think it's while stocks last. Um, uh, let's see how it goes and whether they I think they'll have
Amazing.
more than enough from previous illustration
Yeah,
competition experience to go around
plenty,
for a while.
plenty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but definitely interesting cards. Don't know whether these will be getting released internationally, considering the competition was open internationally. I'm
yeah.
assuming we might get these in English at some point. Um,
I can see them because I think this was US exclusive.
that's correct. Yep.
I can see them doing a US Pokemon Center promotion.
Yeah, and maybe
That
UK. Yeah,
maybe UK as well, but
yeah,
that the most sensible choice for
yeah.
Pokemon to do. You won't see them at Game UK or
No, no,
GameStop or no. This is
no.
not going to happen.
Yeah, but the official online Pokemon Center makes absolute sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
so North America and in the UK potentially could get these when you spend a certain amount on the Pokemon Center online. That's obviously skeptical from our point of view,
yeah, not confirmed.
but yeah, definitely something to think about. Cool. Okay, let's move on now. Crown Zenith is our special set this year. New Galarian subset galleries released with that as well. So yeah, I knew this was coming. I think everybody knew this set was coming.
Yeah,
We had 12.5 special set um, on distributors lists for quite a while, um, but after VMAX Climax had its cards distributed as trainer gallery, we weren't really sure whether
yeah,
we'd get another set similar to Hidden Fates and Shining Fates, but we have. Crown Zenith's being released on January the 20th, so not too far. So it's coming very soon after, literally 5-6 weeks after VSTAR Universe is released in Japan, and it is going to have the sub gallery, which they are calling Galarian subset, Galarian Gallery subset,
yes,
which will include the AR cards and the SAR cards, but not all of them because there are tins that we need to talk about as well, which will have some of the promos in. But what do you think of this one, Zakariya?
yes. I think this will be the ultimate mashup set
Yeah,
because if you look at the Pokemon Worlds legal card list that was distributed during the summer before Worlds, do note that that list has inaccuracies in there. But from what I can see, yeah, it will feature a lot of missing cards that did not make it into the English sets this year. And I'm curious what there will be in there. We already know some promos indeed are confirmed coming in the set. But Crown Zenith, yes, I can't wait for the Galarian Gallery.
yeah,
I think it will be similar to Shining Fates and Hidden Fates in that you have a main set and then indeed the Galarian Gallery with 70 cards. And yeah, how many of the special cards will be actually VSTAR Universe? That is also a thing. But yeah, January 20th, not next year, right before Scarlet Violet releases, by the way. So this is the ultimate final goodbye set.
yeah,
Maybe that's why they've chosen Zamazenta and Zacian on only the only pack art.
yeah.
Elite Training Box has, yeah, I
Yes.
think let's just go on and talk to the
Let's crack on. Yeah,
yeah, the ETB features the 10 across Zen is not 8, 10 booster packs of this special set,
yep,
and then the Lucario V-Star SAR special art record that is confirmed in there.
yep,
I think that's a huge promo to be featured. Being removed from V-Star Universe and Crown Zenith to be featured in a set. That reminds us the Lucario Hyper Rare from Japan has not been released here. Will that be part of Crown Zenith?
yeah. Could be part of the main set for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had that with the Charizard in Champion's Path, I think, didn't we?
Yes.
The Rainbow Rare Charizard.
That yeah, and the regular full out was the ETB promo,
Yep.
and now we have the special. I think it's a huge upgrade.
Yeah.
I think they have seen, it's the last set. They are going all out.
Absolutely.
Honestly, in the past they seemed a little bit conservative, But now even the Pokemon Center ETB, there's 12 packs, and for how much dollar more? $10 more maybe.
Yeah.
Got a set of metal dice as well. Yeah, I think
Metal dice, metal coins, metal damage
yeah,
markers, and the ETB box and sleeves look absolutely
yeah,
stunning. Yeah,
correct. Yeah,
yeah,
I think this is the product to go. But
yeah,
there are other products that
yes,
there are. I think I'll skip all the products.
yeah,
I'm very sorry, but there's one product I've ordered instantly. It's my personal favorite, the Crown Venice Premium Playmat Collection Morpeko V Union,
yep,
and you get the Marnie CSR with Morpeko card in there from VMS Climax. So it's been 1 year already,
yep,
but you get a playmat, and
yes,
that is something I am very. A lot of people do not notice. They might have missed it or something like that.
yeah,
But it includes a playmat, and it's highly likely to be Marnie and Morpeko. It's
yeah,
just yeah. I think this is the best value product in my opinion. If you want the best, the most products in my opinion, the playmat is one of the most important things
yep,
for a special set like this. That's why I've gotten the EV Premium Playmat Collection for Pokemon Go, and now I've got this. I'll get this one. Second best for me as well are the Zenith tins,
yes,
and they are getting the Galarian Birds art cards. And if you are a fan of these, you can celebrate as much as you want. If you're not a fan, that is okay. But you cannot deny there's artwork in there, and art is subjective, but it's just amazing. I have to say,
absolutely.
personally.
And it reminds me, it goes back to the tag team GX alt art cards we had in the tins as well.
Yes,
It's
yes,
those type of tins that you know what you're happy to pay the price. Forget the packs. You're happy to pay the
yes,
price for the tin just for the alt art promo.
correct.
And I can echo the same with this as far as the artworks and the cards included are concerned. Some awesome products. We're also getting Crowns of this special collection Pikachu VMAX, which includes the Koro Koro
Yes,
VMAX promo as well as the Koro Koro special deck Pikachu in there as well. Remember, Crown Zenith is a special set, so you can't buy booster boxes or loose booster
yes,
packs. So everything's going to be in products. If you want to go economical with this and sort of get the cheaper products, the tins are probably the way to go. 2 packs probably in a tin for around $9.99 is usually the price on those kind of things. But if you want to get bang for your buck, go for the products. As Zakariya said, the Crown Zenith Premium Playmat Collection's a good one to get. The premium figure collections, you're going to get a hell of a lot of packs in that. 11 booster
yeah,
packs. You're getting the shiny cards of Zacian or
yes,
Zamazenta. You're getting a pin badge and a figure. That's probably a way to go as well if you want lots of packs. But yeah, there's going to be plenty of products available, plenty of opportunity to get these. I think they're going to go hard on this and deliver a ton of products. So I think it'll
yeah,
be readily available, but it's going to be how easy is it going to be to find those AR and SAR cards? That's the question. I'm
yes,
assuming they're going to do what they historically do, sticking them in the reverse hollow slot. But how are they going to be seeded? How easy is it going to be to find them? Is it going to be one of those impossible sets to master
yeah,
set? A lot of people are going to be trying to potentially just go for the Galarian Gallery subset is going to be the target for most people, because the main set itself is going to be, as we find with these special sets, a mismatch of cards that got released in Japan, Pokemon gym cards and stuff like that, or that were cut from sets just being chucked in there, a bit of a
yeah,
mismatch. So the main set's not going to be very coherent in such with its design, but the subset is what everyone's going to be collecting this for. So yeah, look forward to that. Not very long to wait. I am extremely excited as an English product point of view. Going forward, all I'm going to be collecting is special sets in English. I'm excited about this one.
yeah,
So yeah, look out for it. Keep an eye out for it. Pre-orders must be going up all over the place. Pokemon Center did have pre-orders. Pokemon Center Online for the only the Elite Trainer box so far. other products haven't been put up. But yeah, that's that. So I think we've covered everything, haven't we, Zakariya? Is there anything that we've missed?
We've covered pretty much the majority of things.
Yes.
Yeah.
What I would say to everyone listening, go and check out PokeGuardian.com. There are new articles on there on a regular daily. Sometimes you have multiple articles going up daily, depending on how busy it is in the news site. So all your Japanese and English TCG product news is on there. So go and check it out. For content from myself, I do put Japanese Pokemon card openings, as well as I'm going to be focusing a lot on One Piece card game in English as well going forward. Check out my YouTube channel at PokéTaj. Now we got the handles on YouTube. You can just search at PokéTaj and find me on there. But yeah, from me, take care, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed the podcast. We'll have another one up as soon as we can for you guys. All the best. And Zakariya, I'll hand over to you.
Thank you for listening and watching. If you're on YouTube, and you can, like I said, you can search this podcast all over the place where you are familiar with. And again, thank you for listening and watching. Have a nice day.
Take care.
Goodbye.
Bye.